Good day and welcome to the Sport Rep Show. My name is Jesse Jackson Kauraitha and I will be your host for the next 25 minutes or so. We will be unpacking the latest sports news in and beyond Namibian borders, of course. And now for the latest on the hit list. On the hit list, we start off with Philippus Energy Ngitumbwa of the MTC Nesta Sunshine Boxing and Fitness Academy. The MTC Nesta Sunshine Tobias Boxing and Fitness Academy is ready to host the Road to the World Cup bout scheduled for 9 August at the Windhoek Country Club Resort and Casino. Philippus Energy Ngitumbwa will step into the ring with the undefeated Mkolosi Zuma from South Africa for the WBO Global Super Bantamweight title. Energy, who is highly tipped to become a world champion in not too distant future, is said to have what it takes to make this dream a reality, perhaps in one of the toughest boxing divisions in the world right now, where Inoue is the unified super champion. The WBO has recognized Energy's efforts in the quest to become a world champion and has therefore approved the WBO global title for this fight. This is boxing bonanza is themed Road to the World title, as both boxers in the main event are world-class fighters, highly ranked by the World Boxing Organization with outstanding records, said Nestor Tobias. The two fighters will enter the ring with only one goal in mind: to win and improve their ranking, moving up a step closer to a world title shot. Energy has been on a fantastic 4-fight winning streak since his controversial loss to former two-time world champion John Ray Casemiro in the Philippines. He redeemed himself by defeating Tato Bonokwane of South Africa, followed by a victory over WBO top 15 rated boxer Dekang Wang from China in Namibia. He then traveled to Japan to knock out former world champion Yukinori Oguni in the first round and went on to defeat Hassan Milansi in his last home fight. He boasts an impressive record of 16 fights with all 14 wins and 2 losses, and is currently ranked in the top 15 by both the WBO and WBC. His opponent Mkolosi Zuma presents a very real threat. He comes into this fight with 10 wins, all by knockout, giving him a 100% KO record. It remains to be seen whether the knockout specialist from KwaZulu-Natal will be able to maintain his undefeated record when he meets one of the most feared fighters in the super bantamweight division. Given the main event matchup, we can expect nothing but fireworks. Undoubtedly a world-class fight that will capture global attention. The MTC Sunshine Boxing Academy has a proud history of hosting world-class events and has produced 3 world champions: Paulus Hitman Moses, The Rock Ambunda, and Julius Blue Machine Indongo. Tobias said, "This is a testament to the platform the academy provides for the youth empowerment, enabling the young athletes to elevate themselves from point A to point Z." That's one of the biggest fights, obviously, now in the country, taking place at the weekend. Well, something big also that was announced is the CAF Women's Champions League. We remember that Namibia's Beauties FC that won the FNB Women's Super League expressed their interest to compete in this competition, and now they have the chance. Of course, they will be matched up against some of the tough teams, of course, in South Africa, playing Mamelodi Sundowns of South Africa, who are in Group A, as well as Ntopwa FC from Malawi, and then Beauties FC, as you call them, from Namibia, as well as Seskondola Girls from Zambia will be in that group with Namibia. Looking at Group B, there is Gaborone United Ladies of Botswana that will be pitted against the Young Buffaloes of Eswatini, while Kick for Life WFC of Lesotho will also be in Group B. And you can see Group C, of course, there we have the Herentals Queens FC of Zimbabwe, Club des Portos da Costa da Sol of Mozambique, as well as the Olympic de Moroni of the Comoros. You can see that Group A will be the only group that has complete teams in this qualifiers there. Beauties FC, hoping under the leadership of Salome Iyambo, they will be able to deliver in that competition, an African competition that's played by the clubs who reigned supreme in their divisions. Of course, sometimes there is the men's competition, but this time around, it will be the women who will be featuring in that one. We also have some fixtures there for the Under 17 Africa Cup of Nations qualifiers. Unfortunately, Namibia will not be involved in that one. But if you look at Group A, you have Zimbabwe, Mozambique, Comoros, as well as Eswatini. And then you have Group B there, Zambia, South Africa, Madagascar, and Malawi. Group C holds Angola, Botswana, Mauritius, and Lesotho. It indeed notable to mention that Group B in this one looks to be the group of death, where you have Zambia, a strong football nation, South Africa, also a very strong football nation, and then you have Madagascar, of course, they are coming of age. But Malawi also one of the teams there, always looking confident. And Angolans on Group C, they also coming up and proving to be good and strong teams in that regard. So it is indeed going to be an important Under 17 Africa Cup of Nations qualifiers in terms of the SADC nations there. These are the SADC nations that will be playing in this group. So it means it will be a COSAFA, of course, tournament, which serves as qualifiers to the Africa Cup of Nations in that regard. We'll now cross over to the marketplace before we return with more news.
Aitsa is 'n echt Namibiese inisiatief. Ons reis op die hartklop van Afrika en vertel stories van mense en hul dorpe op verskeie platforms insluitende televisie en sosiale media. Dit is joune, syne, julle en ook almal van hulle aan die ander kant van ons grense sinne. En dit maak van Aitsa 'n lekker ding. Kyk Aitsa Woensdae om 20:30 op NTV, oneup2.com, asook op Netwerk Media Hub en NTV Afrikaanse YouTube kanale. Volg ons op Facebook of besoek ons webwerf by aitsafrica.com.
Now, it is important to note that a big tennis competition that's taking place here in the capital continues. It is indeed one of the Billie Jean King Cup Africa Group matches that are taking place here in the capital city. Of course, they will be a lot and plenty of tennis to be played and all that. Now we have our reporter Mariet Ngula, who is currently attending this competition and has been speaking to a few of the competitors, the coaches as well. And already a few matchups have taken place today since yesterday. So it is indeed a big one. Let's see what Mariet has for us and who are some of these people he met with today.
Joining us is previously Nick. Now, Nick, get that first day to Madagascar. What are your thoughts on that match?
My thoughts on the match, I think it was actually a lot better than I expected it to be honest. The weather is terrible. The wind's blowing, but I mean, that's for both players. Haven't really played competitive tennis in a while, so I just came to have fun and give it my best. And I'm actually pretty happy, to be honest. I thought it was going to go maybe a bit worse than it did.
That's right. So you would say the wind played a crucial role in keeping the scales on this one?
I mean, the wind plays a role in everything. Maybe it helped today, maybe it didn't. It's just tough conditions for both players to play in. Like I say, I mean, it's not like the wind only blows on one side of the court. It's for both players. So it is a bit tricky. tossing the ball for the serve. The ball goes high, it's moving a lot, but overall it's not bad.
Right. No, Lenek, thank you so much for your time and all the best for the coming ones.
Thank you so much.
Joining us is Madagascar's Mio. Mio, a good win there against Namibia. Congratulations on that one.
Thank you.
What did you make of that match?
I think it was a great match. The opponent was really good. She was tough to play, and the conditions was also a bit tough with the wind. But I think I managed to play with whatever the conditions were, and I'm happy with myself.
Okay. Your opponent also mentioned about the conditions, that they were tough conditions you guys had to play to. Do you believe, or do you think, in your opinion, they played a crucial role in deciding the scores?
Yeah, the weather did play a crucial role. I think it was like a lot of mental game, especially, and physically it was also hard. You had to move a lot, but like thanks to my team support, and I'm like really happy and excited for what's coming next.
Okay, no, Mio, all the best for the coming ones, and thank you so much again for your
Thank
time.
you.
We are joined by Santa from Madagascar. She just won her first match against Namibia. Santa, how are you feeling?
Yeah, like it's good to win. Like it's always a big sledge mate to win. It was a little bit tough because like there is a lot of wind and all the stress, everything. Like playing with the Namibian player, she's home, and there is she has a lot of spectators and everything. Like was like I'm feeling good. I won. I'm proud. Like I'm proud that I won for my team, for Madagascar, and yeah, hard luck for her. It was a good fight.
Okay, no, Santa, thanks a lot for your time and all the best for the coming ones.
Thank you.
With us, we got Kirsten Grossman of Namibia, losing their 7-6
6-0, yes.
to Madagascar. So,
Exactly.
your thoughts on the game?
I started off the match a bit better than I finished it, obviously. Unfortunately, in the first set, I was leading in the tiebreak 4-0. Then I lost the tiebreak also, so that's unfortunate. It was very mental today. I let the nerves get to me, unfortunately. It happens. I shall try to be better the next time. Yes, that's all I can say.
Okay, no, Kirsten, thank you so much for your time and all the best for the coming ones.
Thank you very much.
We are joined by Coach Zinabu, the Ghana team manager. Coach Zinabu, how are you feeling today?
Not too bad. Very cold.
Mm.
I'm managing.
Right. Okay, no, great stuff. Coach Zinabu, you said you arrived in Namibia on Saturday. How is the stay been so far?
Stay has been good.
Mm.
So far, we are trying to adjust with the weather because this is not the kind of weather we have in Ghana. So we are managing it.
Right. Okay, no, great stuff. And for Ghana's first match, how do you think the ladies are prepared to take on that one?
For preparation, we are very prepared because we started from home.
Mhm.
We played some Ghana ranking before we left. And since we came, we haven't been sleeping that well. The reason is that we've been practicing. We are on our toes. So we can see ourselves getting ready for the reason why we are here.
Oh, okay. No, great stuff. Coach Zinabu, thank you for your time and all the best for the first match.
Thank you so much.
All right.
It's nice talking to you.
All right. We are joined by Coach Simo, the team manager from Morocco. Coach Simo, welcome to Namibia. How are you feeling?
Thank you. I'm feeling very, very good. I'm feeling like home.
Right. Okay, no, great stuff. Coach Simo, you said when you spoke earlier, you said you arrived on Monday. How has the country been treating you so far?
Yeah, first of all, I would like to thank all the Namibian Federation member for the hospitality and for the good feeling. We feel like home. Everybody is nice in the club. We were coming on Monday because we were playing 2 months in the clay court, and we need to make update with the surface. It's too fast, and with the altitude too. And I think that we had enough time to prepare ourselves to this competition.
Okay. We will be starting with the match in a couple of hours or minutes rather. Just tell us about the girls' preparedness. How prepared do you think they are at the moment?
I think that the level of girls, they don't need tennis or physical preparation. They need just to be adapted with the surface and with the altitude, as I said. And I think we had enough hours of practice. We make long session and short and intense session. We made all what we can do for good preparation, and I think that they are ready to start this competition against Namibia. All the best for all the teams, and we hope that we will win as last year.
We expect the players to actually do well in this competition. Of course, it is a big competition and all that. We'll now visit the marketplace once again, and after that, we return with what's on the spotlight.
Welcome to the Business 7 show, Namibia's primary economic analysis program. My name is Zohane Klache, and we bring you in-depth news covering the main aspects of Namibia's economy, plus interviews of key economic individuals that make the key policy decisions that shape our nation's future. Join us on Business 7 every week as we unpack what is important to our nation and what drives its economy.
We are bringing to you In the Mix Africa, broadening our perspective, focusing on African players playing in Europe, playing in Africa, the inner workings of their craft, every single little thing. And also, very importantly, tasting African food with Patty. Are you ready for that?
Of course, we're going to broaden up our taste palettes and we're going to take it to the whole of Africa. We're not just going to stick here in Namibia. Of course, it's important to also appreciate Namibian culture and food, but we're going to broaden it up, like you say, and we're going to try everything.
That's right. So join us as we take you beyond borders for the love of sport with In the Mix Africa.
And today on the spotlight, we take a focus once again on Botswana's football, especially why Namibians move and migrate to that league. What's the perks in it? What's the benefits in it? And one man who is actually fit to tell us that is a guy who has coached there. That's Woody Jacobs, who has been in Botswana as a coach. Let's hear from him.
Coach Woody, welcome to the show. As a man that has traveled a lot, served on several positions in terms of football coaching, I think my interest today will be about your journey in Botswana and the fact that so many Namibian players ought or prefer to play in that league rather than playing here at home. So, as a person that coached in that country, maybe just to expand more in terms of what are the perks of being in Botswana, or what do players benefit rather than playing here?
Well, to be honest with you, Jesse, yeah, it was a nice experience in Botswana. To be honest with you, I always wanted to taste the feeling of being a professional coach, waking up in the morning, planning a training session, doing 2 sessions a day, being all out just doing that. Because why I say that is because for the entire coaching career and span that I had in coaching in Namibia, it was always I had a full-time job, and then I would go and coach in the afternoon. So that was the difference first and foremost. And to be honest, I really loved the experience. I would love to go back there, but also remember that there's a lot happening also here, families here and all these things. Because I could not move my family and abruptly disrupt them and move them there. So hence I said when I came back to Namibia and I'm standing here at the NFA, that's now my employer, full-time employer. I said, why don't we also do that to Namibia and put them into a level where Botswana is. Jesse, the professionalism in Botswana is the one that stands out. And I think it's with no coincidence that a lot of our players has now made the exodus to Botswana. And I'm so pleased for them because even right now, we don't know when the league is going to start. Botswana already had the fixtures out. They say going to start on the 15th of August. People are preparing, they are training and all these things. People are getting income. One of those things that we don't have. For June, July, our players here have been suffering, especially the ones that doesn't have an income, a steady income, that doesn't have a full-time job, that relies on this money as an income, that now has to look for other ways and means on how to stay alive and to make ends meet. So the reason why these people are flocking to Botswana is obviously they're in a better pay grade than us in terms of the remuneration that these players are receiving or coaches are receiving. It's, I think that those are part of the push factors. The push factors for Namibia, that we are pushing them away because of our inconsistencies, etc., etc. And then we have the issue of what's pulling them to Botswana is the more organized. The leagues are, the matches are televised. They get bigger, better mileage. I also think if you look at Romeo Kasumai, for instance, he made the move to Kosovo from Botswana, and Kennedy went to Cape Town Spurs, stuff like that. Benson went to SuperSport at the time because he was also there. Benson was also playing for Gaborone United. So that for me is mainly the reason why I see that, and I think rightfully so. Now the benefits of them playing outside, they get regular game time. Right now, the Brave Warriors coach has to struggle with fitness of players because they've not been training. They need to go into a important encounter against Malawi and Sao Tome. So at the end of the day, it makes the life of the national coaches difficult to get players fit, keep them fit, and to keep them ready for all important World Cup qualifier. So now with more players making that trip eastwards, it benefits the national team because now players can play more regularly, like I said before. So I hope and I pray that our football bosses, I'm just a coach, and they will always tell you that even though you have a lot to say about running of football, you are just a coach. But this coach is well-traveled, well-experienced, to know that I just pray and hope that my country can also reach the highs of Botswana, that at least tries to get into the bracket of South Africa and Morocco and Tunisia, where football is now regarded as a business. So, yeah, with that being said, the focus is solely on Botswana, and they're really doing well. They qualified now for the WAFCON. They played in the WAFCON. They did well. Their team is going to WAFCON as well, to AFCON as well. So both the Gladiators and both the Warriors didn't qualify for these competitions, and it's because they are doing something right, and it's something that we need to say. Sometimes I say, don't just look what your neighbor is doing. Just see the neighbor is not making noise during the night and all these things. Why don't we also do the same? And maybe things will go right for us. So in essence, I think Botswana is really we can really take a leaf from Botswana's book and learn from them. But we're also not bemoaning. We have the capability. We have the people. We have the expertise. We have the players. I mean, if Namibian players is so sought after in Botswana, then you must know that we have some good talent in this country. So, to be honest with you, I really think we should learn from them. But I'm also happy for the players now playing there and showing what Namibian football is all about. Thank you so much.
Our international correspondent Ariel Ghat is on standby to give us the latest international news. From me, Jesse Jackson Kauraitha, it is goodbye.
Good day, everyone. Time for international sports news, and starting off with cricket news first. Exciting final test day that was played between England and India. That was the fifth and final test at the Oval, and India won that test by the smallest of margins. They won by just 6 runs on day 5, chasing 374 to win. That was England. They were bowled out for 367. The best bowler for India on the second innings was Mohammad Siraj, and he bowled well. He got the ball to reverse swing, and he took 5 wickets for 104 runs, and that is India winning the second test to all the series ends then. The next series for England will be they will travel to Australia, a big anticipated Ashes series that will start there, 5 tests again, and that the first test will be the 21st of November in Australia. Moving on to tennis news, it's a Canadian Open that continued. It is a quarterfinals time. Alexander Zverev, number 1 seed in the men's division, he safely through, beating Alexander Popyrin of Australia in 3 sets. And then a very tough 3-setter that was for second seed Taylor Fritz. He played against Yuri Laheshki, and it was all 3 sets were tiebreaks. It is Taylor Fritz that won in the end, 7-6, 6-7 and 7-6 to advance to the semi-final. In the women's side of the draw, it is a big seed that is knocked out, the defending champion of Wimbledon that's out, and that is Iga Swiatek. She lost to Clara Thorsen. She's from Denmark. It is Thorsen that beat Swiatek, the number 2 seed, by 7-6 and 6-3. That was also in the quarterfinal. Then another quarterfinal, it was better for number 9 seed Elena Rybakina. She beat Marta Kostic of the Ukraine comfortably by 6-1 and 6-2, also through to the semi-final. Then to close off today's international sports news, it is Formula 1 racing news. There's going to be a 4-week break now in the Formula 1 calendar. The next race will be on the 31st of August. That will be the Dutch Grand Prix. But Formula 1 news related to Aston Martin is that they've resolved a legal dispute, that is with Ferrari. So it's related to Enrico Cardile, and Cardile was formerly Ferrari's chassis technical director, and it is Cardile that can continue working now for Aston Martin. That's international sports news for today. Hope you have a great sport day, and we talk international sport again tomorrow. Goodbye.